Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jehlial in this incarnation. Okay, um, today I wanted to talk about the present. I mean, there's no spiritual line, spiritual philosophy, or mysticism that doesn't talk about the importance of connecting to the present, because it is in this very moment that we can create our future and even change our past through changing the perception of the past. So I think we all know that it's very important, but many times we cannot connect with it because the present is not showing us the way we want to. So this could lead us to be in the future, to believe that the future is better, and to stay in a place of imagination of the things that could happen. And this is not incorrect, totally incorrect. I think we have to get out of that place of see things through duality, uh, to stop to see things as incorrect or correct, because that is something very dogmatic. And I think we all know we are integrating here at this moment duality, that we have to understand that light and darkness are part of the same system, which is God. God is an energy. So I think many times when we are thinking about that, I mean, it's very difficult when I don't know, the darkness take a person as an instrument to show our own darkness projected, and to see that and say, okay, this is part of God, this is beautiful. So I think we can intellectualize certain concepts, but until we understand with every part of ourselves, with our body, with our perception, with our emotions, that is a process. So I think we all know how important it is to connect with the present, but many times we cannot do that because we have anchorages. So the first thing that we cannot, why we cannot connect with the present, could be because we are in the future, we are creating or fantasizing about the better things that are waiting for us. And this is not totally bad, because I think imagination is the way we create dreams, and we can design things in this plane. But if we are keeping ourselves in that place without taking action and without putting, the certain steps to make that real, well, that won't happen, and we are going to keep deception about the present. The other thing that makes us stay disconnected from the present is to stay in the past. And that isn't bad either, because that means that I have things to solve yet, that I cannot give a perception more useful for me to keep going. So maybe there's things in the past that happened that I cannot let go yet, and that means only that that I have to solve other things that I didn't. Many times we cannot let go things because we are so immersed in our emotions. And I told you how emotions are very useful, but many times we are not taking the distance to observe the things from another perspective. It's very usual that when somebody comes to us and asks for advice, we see their situation very clearly and we can give the best advice. But many times when we are transiting situations, we are not able to do that because we are so immersed. in our emotions, in the situation itself, in the chaos. So of course it's very, I already talked about this, but it's very useful to go through those emotions, to go back to the center and to connect to the body. I mean, the body is the vehicle from which we are going to connect with the present. So I think when we are stuck in the past, it's important to see, understand why, and what is the lesson, and maybe if it is for something that it's hurting us, maybe we can work with that, just trying to give a perception that becomes that situation more lighter to us. And I think, and I know that there are many situations in life that are very tough, but when we are changing our perception of that, and we are understanding that many things are chosen by our own soul, maybe we can get this feeling of how that situation brought me to here, brought me to the person I am today, and what can I do from that place, even if I experimented a tough situation or a traumatic situation, which I experimented. So I think this is this is a process, and we have to respect ourselves every time. And with respect, I am saying that we can do things to collaborate with that process, to collaborate with the grief, or to transcend that. And we can do things to stay in old patterns, and it's okay anyway, because every part of the path um, had to be like that. But we are going to experiment when we are stuck. We don't want to. We are not willing to do that work. Life is going to show us, and maybe we are going to lose sense about this present, and we won't be able to move on. So I think it's very important to do this work, and every time that situation from the past comes to the present, to work with that, to go through that situation and to understand, or try to reveal the light that that situation have for us. And I think other thing that it's important to not stay in the future, to stay in this present. And I said that could happen because the present is not showing as we want to, is to practice gratitude. This is something that many times is difficult because we are wired to focus on the negative things. But to practice gratitude many times connects us with a part of ourselves that is connected with love. So it doesn't have to be like great things. This could be minimum things. In fact, I am carrying a journal, a diary. I only write sentences of gratitude in that journal. So I think it's very useful. This is something that I put on practice not so much time ago. So I think that focus on the things that are there, that are okay, that are functioning, focusing on the areas that are working, it's very useful too. And I am not saying we have to deny the other areas, or the things we want to change. Of course not. But if there's a way to change that, it is by creating something new in this present. But I don't think it's useful to punish ourselves because we are not connected to the present, or we are not doing everything spiritually okay, because we are humans. And I think the most important part is to change our inner dialogue. I think we all have this negative talking that comes from our mind and our ego trying to protect us. So this is the part that we have to focus more, from my perception, and to always approach to ourselves, to always talk to ourselves in ways that we would talk to a kid, for example, with love and understanding and patience and everything else. This is something that I think we all have to practice, because we cannot connect to love if we are talking to ourselves in harsh ways. So it doesn't matter if we weren't connecting with the present. What is important is that we can always come back to the present. And the reasons that makes us disconnect from that are important, are telling us something, that we have something to solve. So there's no bad or good thing in this, only signals to guide ourselves. So I'm ending the video here. Thank you, everybody, and see you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.